RJ Kielty, plumbing, heating, cooling, celebrating 50 years of bringing comfort to you. Healing Realty, call RJ Kielty, they'll get your system working to cool you down. And if fixing a leak is what you seek, RJ Kielty service is the best around. RJ Kielty, plumbing, heating, cooling, over 50 years of bringing comfort to you.
How's everybody doing? It's quiet.
It's quiet in here. Very quiet in here.
This is episode 44, Kielty's Corner, and we have Mr. Adam Crego here.
Good morning.
Yeah,
everyone.
good
Appreciate
morning.
You guys having me on here, man.
Yeah, we're happy to have you on here. We've been talking about it for a while, so should be a good one. I'm going to start out with a story, and I told Adam about this a little bit, but actually this morning I had Chase and Charlie with Picks Pools over, and we were talking a little bit business. They were helping me out with some grout around my pool. Amazing people. And somehow they knew that you were going to be on the podcast. I thought my mom only watched it, but maybe a few other people have watched it. So they knew that you were going to be on the podcast, and we were talking about you and how great of a job you guys have done. And we talked about this a little bit before too, follow up, how you guys follow up, your sales process, and how they are excited and thankful to work for you because of some of the other vendors that they've worked with in the past. So
That's awesome to
hear.
Yeah. Charlie and Chase are awesome. They're the one of my favorite people to work with.
Mm-hmm.
They're very easygoing. They're very direct. They know what our pricing are, so like we can give them square foot pricing, and they can have the job ready to go, hand it off to us, and it's been a smooth ride with them. So definitely fun people.
So he's got pretty much two businesses. So let's start with exterior comforts and design.
Yes,
so
sir.
what made you start that? Actually, well, let me hear your story first.
So we've I've had my own business for years. Did tree business for a long time, and it was basically whenever the last couple storms hit, we saw how many trees we pulled off of screen enclosures that I was like, this is destroyed, you know. And they were trying to find people to fix it, asking us, and we didn't know anybody who to recommend. So I went and I got my license for it, and being new to the game, I didn't know much. So I'm looking around, I'm scouting out, and I found Taylor Hawkins, who's my partner.
Yeah.
And me and him,
which they were talking a lot about Taylor too,
Taylor,
and he's
Taylor
really
is
good. Yeah.
Unbelievably smart. Like he is a wonderful kid. I said kid, he's 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Taylor.
Yeah.
But no, just a heck of a mind on him. So me and him sat down at lunch, started talking one day, and it was like, I got this license. You got the knowledge. You want to sit down and start a business? Shook hands, and we've been rocking and rolling since, man. So with everything we've done, as you build a reputation in the community for doing quality work at an affordable price, and we stand by everything we do, people start asking us for recommendations.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, do you know somebody that can do this, that can do that, that can do that? So I've got the knowledge on remodels and everything else. So I went back for testing, ended up getting my CRC for my residential general contractor, and decided we're going to start Crego contracting, bring all the licenses together, and be able to pretty much tackle any project you guys got. So we're super excited for it.
So screen enclosures, and then so you're doing windows too, I believe, right?
We're going to do windows. And doors. We're going to do full remodels. Not touching plumbing.
Yeah.
I'll call Tanner on that.
No, you're good.
I've never been able to figure out plumbing. It's a mess for me. I always have leaks. I refuse to. No thanks. But yeah, like windows and doors, like we know because we do a lot of the aluminum, Florida rooms and stuff like that. So it's the same concept. We're familiar with concrete work and stucco. I've done a lot of house flips over the last 7 or 8 years. So for us, it's something that we already know. We already have the knowledge for. So like we're going to get into the remodels, doing full kitchens, doing flooring, all that stuff. And then currently I'm working on getting my CCC license, and we're going to bring in roofing as well. So
That's awesome. So one call, take care of everything, start to
Yep,
complete.
we-
Yeah.
call us up and we'll
Yeah.
get it done.
Yeah, we have that same business plan. We want to do all the mechanicals in somebody's house. So they have one call, whether you're a customer looking for something, we could take care of you, a builder, we could take care of you. That's kind of our thought process too, you know?
Great, you love the stuff I don't.
Yeah.
This is great.
You too, the stuff you do. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot up there on the roof.
Yeah.
But it's hot in the attic too.
Doing
So
tree work for years, man. Like you get used to the heat.
that's true too.
I can't do the cold. You can ask anybody that's ever seen me up north. Not one bit. So I don't mind the heat, man. I was born and raised here, so like I enjoy the heat.
Mhm. Yeah, you got to really like the heat for that. So, how hard? I guess we'll start with the aluminum business. How hard was it? I guess your first year trying to figure everything out, get the right people in place, etc.
It wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, because I've had my own business for a
Yeah,
while. Like
yeah.
I understand the obstacles and
Yeah,
what you need to put in place.
the stuff behind the scenes that you have to, you
Yeah,
know, the
yeah,
accounting, the
all that kind
recruiting,
of stuff's
you
been
know,
fun, but I've always done it on my own.
yeah,
You know, it's always been a one man show.
Mhm.
I had 10 employees at one time who
Yeah.
were doing like lawn care stuff like that. This is definitely a different game
Mhm.
because obviously with pulling permits, with dealing with county, with being registered, like it's a lot harder. But we've gotten a really good crew together.
Mhm.
Taylor's running point on making sure that everything runs smoothly. Danielle's in her office. She handles all of our phone calls, all of our connections with our permit runner. Jackie gets all of our permits taken care of. Make sure that we're up to date on everything with all the counties. If there's any issues, she handles it. So it's like it goes to engineering, comes back, goes to her, and it comes to us when it's ready to install.
Yeah.
So we've got a pretty good system that we're going to be able to implement with the new companies and having all the other divisions that I think is going to make everything run pretty smooth.
Yeah, as long as you have the right people in the right place and the right processes well documented
Yeah.
and hold people accountable to that, you know what I mean? That makes your life so much easier. It's a lot of people, and I'm sure a lot of people in aluminum, you know, people do the same in our industry, kind of run by the seat of their pants.
That's
Yeah.
that was me. Like, I tell everybody I had a business for 10 years and it was never mine.
Yeah.
Like that business had me. If
Yeah.
I wasn't in the field, if I wasn't working 60, 70 hours a
Yeah.
week, like I made good money,
Mhm.
but I had no time. I couldn't
Mhm.
do anything. It was like if I wasn't actively working,
Yeah.
nothing was getting done.
Yeah.
So for us, this is a complete different ball game because we've set it up to where we can have our weekends, we can spend the time that we need to, we can sit down here, hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
So building it right is way different than just building it.
Mhm.
So we're obviously still learning on a lot of things, but
Yeah.
we've definitely got all of our bases covered,
Mhm.
and I think it's going to be pretty smooth.
Yeah, you did the right things. You've found the right people, which that's key, that
Yeah.
has the knowledge, has that same attitude, same mindset that you have. That's 99% of the game, really. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
and
The
it
other
has
stuff you
the
could teach.
same drive. You know,
Yeah.
like me and Taylor didn't take a paycheck for the first 7 or 8 months
Yeah.
because it was, oh, we want to do this. Oh, we want to expand. Oh, we
Yeah.
want to do this. And it was like we set ourselves up to where we were able to do that.
Mhm.
And the fact that we both want to see the business grow, we both want to have the community involvement, we both
Mhm.
want to give back. Like it's making it easy. I'm not
Yeah.
fighting somebody.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I want that money
Yeah,
for myself.
yeah,
We
you
don't need
know,
to spend money on
I
that.
need a new
Yeah.
car. I want a new
Yeah.
truck. Like it's easy when the minds are the same going into it.
Mhm.
So
Let's talk about growth. So, what are you kind of seeing growth year over year?
I want to be as big as you.
Yeah.
that's the goal. Sam.
Good.
So I was born and raised here.
Yeah.
So like I'm very, very big on Pasco County.
Mhm.
Obviously we handle right now from Ocala down to Sarasota.
Yeah.
On the screen enclosures.
Mhm.
We're probably not going to hit that big of a target as we launch
Mhm.
the remodels and everything else because in a screen enclosure I can go out there one day, sell it, go out there another day, measure everything.
Yeah.
Prefab most of it in the shop,
Yeah.
and I'm on site for a day or two.
Yeah.
So like we don't mind if we got an hour and a half of traffic. Where
Yeah.
if I'm on a full remodel and I'm there for a month, you know,
Mhm.
it gets tiring driving back and forth. So
Mhm.
I think we're gonna.
This is hard, a little harder to manage too, you know?
It's a lot harder, man. It's a lot more moving parts.
Yeah.
So with that, we're probably going to start more local. We'll
Mhm.
start Pasco Pinellas, try to get our feet wet and
Yeah.
build our reputation here first.
Mhm.
And then obviously, if things keep growing, we'll build out more branches. We'll get more people involved that can manage different territories for us.
Mhm. That's cool. Yeah, you got to have that structure in place before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you learned your lesson,
Yeah, I'd rather get everything ironed out here.
Here, dialed in, and then
Yeah.
expand. Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of different moving parts, we know. So, um, let's talk about keep on screens, and I'll let Brooke ask some questions. So so I guess what is the process? So I know, like you said, you go out, give them an estimate, you measure it. Um, Engineering, do you have like in-house engineering, or you have like a third party engineer that has to engineer it because wind loads, I'm sure, and all that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff?
we do use a third party, which is kind of nice. They do our
Yeah.
engineering, but they also do our inspections.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
really? Nice.
so
Yeah.
like for us, when you call us out there, we come out. We'll go over the project, which you see what you want.
Yeah.
Give you our ideas and what's a better direction on spending your money.
Yeah.
Um, from there, if you like everything, cool. We'll get everything signed up, ready to rock and roll. We send over our rough drawing to engineering. Engineering comes back with their actual engineering drawings. We get everything sent over to county for approval for permits.
How long does that take?
Um, so our engineering is usually back in a day or two.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
quick.
Nice.
Yeah, they only do aluminum construction.
Yeah.
So like they
Nice.
have a focus that they're awesome at.
Yeah.
Just means I got to find somebody else for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're usually a day or two, and they get back to me unless it's something super complicated. Then it's
Yeah.
3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
From there, it all depends. On Pasco County is great. If I send everything over on a Friday afternoon, by next Friday, I usually have my permits back.
Yeah.
They're pretty quick because we do our own inspections.
Hmm.
If you have county doing your inspections, then you have to wait on them, and you're usually 5 to 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
we got the upper hand because we can get you a completion date a
Yeah.
lot quicker than these other guys because we do it this way,
Hmm.
and it's not expensive. So for us, it's a cost that we absorb
Hmm.
to be able to stay ahead of everybody.
And they'll probably show up when you want them on the inspection stuff
It's
too.
better than that. My guys are certified with them.
Yeah.
That we do our own inspections.
Really?
We record
Awesome.
everything. We walk through the what was all installed, how it was installed. We do them a full video of everything we've placed in there. Send it over, and usually about 15 minutes to an hour, the permit's closed.
So you take a lot of that pain point away from the
Yep,
consumer.
county's
'Cause-
not on your
yeah,
site. If you
no.
build a tree house that you don't want county to see,
Yeah, I know.
you're not worried about them asking other questions. So like
That's one of the pain points for our customers on the HVAC side, or even plumbing or electrical. I mean, just the inspections. Like we do the job, it's done. Good looks good. If we know it's going to pass, you know what I mean? We know all the codes. We have really good guys, but waiting for them and them not being able to give you a specific time, so somebody has to take a day off of work where they could be making money. So having that kind of a situation that you have and that program system that you have that's pretty cool.
it's been nice. And our with our like we do a lot of concrete work.
Mhm.
We extend slabs and we got to do
Mhm.
footers. So your normal concrete guys, they'll go out there, they'll dig the footer, they'll get everything set up with the rebar and all that.
Yeah.
And they're waiting on their mid inspection.
Yeah.
So then they're pulling off site where they can send me over the videos and pictures of everything. I can record it, send it over. And I got approval in 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They're going to lunch, coming
Yeah.
back and finishing the job.
Yeah.
So they're tickled pink. They're happy because
Mhm.
windshield time is everything.
Yes,
If you
it
got to drive
is.
back and forth, if you got to remobilize,
Mhm.
it costs into your
Yeah.
money. So it's
Give a customer better service, better product.
quicker
On
turnaround
time.
time. Cleaner
That's
delivery.
awesome.
It's definitely a game changer for us.
Mhm. And another thing, I was talking to Chase about too. I didn't know I know there's different grades as far as like the beam sizes and everything else. You have the nice picture views and stuff like that, which is really cool. My parents have that. But he was talking about, there's ways where you see the screws and you don't see the screws.
Yep.
So I guess maybe talk, there's, because he goes out, we were talking about estimating, and he goes out and he's like, people want like the mid size or the mid range or the higher end, you know what I mean? And he'll, we were talking about jobs, and I'm like, He's like, I could potentially lose a job because it's more money, but then the other guys coming in at just like the base. You know what I mean? So I guess maybe talk about the different levels that you
Yeah.
can have with screen enclosures.
So we call it our builder's grade.
Yeah.
You know, this is what, when you're buying a new house, this is what they're slapping together. It's the quickest, it's the easiest. Essentially, you have a 2x4 beam going up. You have with little buckets or clips that are
Yeah.
just U-shaped, screws in, beam goes in, screws go here.
Yeah.
Hard part with that, all those screws are exposed. The ends of these are all exposed metal. So now you have
Yeah.
a bright, shiny silver piece on a
Mhm.
bronze or white cage.
Yeah.
So like the quality's not there, but my guys can do that stick build on site in 2 days.
Yeah.
So it's quick. Your labor is a third of the cost. There's
Mhm.
no risk for transportation because you don't have anything built going down the road. Like
Yeah.
it's a very, very cheap way to do it.
Mhm.
But what's nice is if you're trying to bang them out and you
Yeah.
got people that don't care, it's affordable. It's, I mean, essentially it's probably 30% less
Yeah.
to build them that way. Where we s- we start off with our mid grade. You
Yeah.
know, we do not bid or pitch the
Yeah.
builder's grade.
Yeah.
It's only when it's like, okay, you've got a big project, you're looking at $20,000,
Mhm.
you're hoping to be around 12.
Yeah.
This is what 12 gets you. This
Yeah.
is why it gets you that. And like we'll still do them, you know, if the customer, if that's what they want, like we have no problem doing that. But what's with our mid grade, we do what's called internal screws,
Mhm.
where the beams are cut flat.
Yeah.
The instead of the middle beam being solid, it's a
Mhm.
C channel,
Yeah.
so you can put the screws on the inside. Everything's internal, and then it clips together, so everything's hidden.
Oh wow. I was
It's
gonna wonder how that,
yeah,
how that even works.
it's wild,
Mhm.
you know, but it's very clean. It looks professional, and it's you can prefab it at the shop.
Mhm.
So I can build these 9 foot tall sections that are 7 feet wide,
Yeah.
all of them at the shop, and then we show up and we can essentially clip everything together in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Like we put all the walls together in an hour and a half on a 40 foot by 30 foot cage,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Yeah." Now we're gonna go build the top at the shop.
Yeah.
We're gonna show up tomorrow and we're
Yeah.
gonna put it back.
Mhm.
We enjoy doing that because our shop is air conditioning,
Mhm.
so my guys aren't out in the sun sweating.
Quality control.
Quality control is there. Everything's clean. You don't have no metal shavings in your yard. You have no drop screws in your yard that you got to worry
Yeah.
about your dogs getting into. Um, and the guys will be back to the shop by 10 or 11, working in the air conditioning or in the heat this winter,
Yeah.
building it. And then they're on site at 8 o'clock and they're back out of there by 10 or 11 before it gets hot.
Mhm.
So our guys appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure they
You know,
do.
like, it's a little more, obviously, a little more goes into it because we got to go out with a laser. We got to measure everything, get all of our points. But if you've got a good guy that knows how to do a layout, it makes it so much easier. It
Yeah.
makes everything so much prettier. Plus, you don't want, if we were doing that on site, it'd be 7, 8 days to prefab it on site.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants that much construction on their yard.
No.
So
No.
it's a much better way.
Yeah. Cleaner, better,
Yeah.
more efficient, quality from what I see. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It just looks better. It really
Mhm.
does look better. So
Are people still doing like high end, like the picture frame
yeah,
things?
the panoramics.
Panoramics.
The
Is there anything new coming out?
just bigger panoramics.
Yeah.
Is all it is. Before, like you were limited to a 40-foot span. Now they've got them up to like 70. I think it's 76 feet.
Yeah.
That we can do an opening on.
Just bigger beam kind of a thing, or
Yeah, they're using a 4x10, so the beam's
yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
And then it's got a lot of internal parts that just make it more rigid, be able to
Mhm.
stand that. Great idea, and it looks beautiful. Man, if you rip a screen, it costs a lot. Like, you're talking $800-900 to replace one panel, and that's
Do you have to have like tougher screens or something? Because
yes,
all you need is a dog to kind of from that kind of a span. You would think, the weak point in the middle or
And
whatever. Yeah.
we always tell people that we always
Yeah.
warn everybody like, hey, these are how I would upgrade it, to make it to where you're not replacing screens every
Yeah.
6 months or so.
Mhm.
The issue that a lot of people don't realize is like you have your 18 by 14 screen, which
Mhm.
means in 1 inch there's 18 strands by 14 strands.
Yeah.
Everybody's going with the 2020 no CM screen.
That's what about yeah.
Tighter, great. There's more wind resistance on that.
Mhm.
So if you've got a 30-year-old cage, that wasn't built for that, and now you're putting 2020 on it, and the storm comes through, ripping them apart,
Mm-hmm.
and you're wondering what's happening. It's like, well, you hired somebody that doesn't understand wind load,
Mm-hmm.
and here you are.
You just got a guy, hey, I'll put a new screen on.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't
we've had
care.
them too. Like when we go to engineering, we have to let them know what screen we're using.
Yeah.
Whether because sometimes it'll change whether it's a 2x4 post or a 2x5. If
Mm-hmm.
we're using 2020, if we're using tough
Mhm.
screen where it's even thicker, it's a 2x6.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to have somebody on your team that knows what they're doing. Otherwise, it can look great.
Yeah.
But if we get hit
It's
with
not
a
gonna be
storm like
functional.
we did before, all these cages that ripped apart that had in 90-mile-an-hour winds,
Mm-hmm.
our cages start at 120 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So there should be no reason why any of these cages came apart,
Mm-hmm.
but they did.
Yeah.
So
When the storms came through, I guess what was the kind of common denominator? I know you talked about some, but of why a lot of these were breaking. Although I guess I'm sure age probably has some fact to do it, but
age, age is a lot of it, but not all of it.
yeah.
A lot of what I see is not proper installation.
Mm-hmm.
When they tell you that you have to embed your tap cons 2 3/4 inches down, when you got a 1-inch paver on it, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's the block.
Yeah.
You got to get through the sand into the concrete.
Yeah.
So people are using a 5-inch screw, not realizing that they've got 3 inch of beam and
Yeah.
paver,
Yeah.
and they're getting this much in the concrete. It grabs and it holds day one,
Mm-hmm.
but that thing, the wind rattles back and forth, moves it, the screws loosen up, and I've seen full cages rip off of a house. I've seen it being under engineered to where, okay, they put 2 screws on the side when engineering calls for 8.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. That's a little difference.
So,
Yeah.
it's I always tell people it's worth pulling the permit, it's worth getting the engineering, because if it's not built to code, your insurance isn't covering it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
That too. Yeah.
so then you're out that money twice. You might as well pay the extra couple $100 to get it done right.
Yeah.
And licensed contractors are not that much more than your unlicensed guys.
Yeah.
When you look at it, like I'm seeing these unlicensed guys that are only charging 10-15% less than what we charge.
Yeah.
That's permit costs. Like,
Yeah.
that's not even in our
Yeah.
pocket. That's just literally what it costs to pull the permits. So
They're getting greedy and trying to, with no business expenses,
exactly,
cash, and not paying taxes, all that stuff. Yeah.
So it makes it worth hiring a licensed contractor if you want to protect your house, if you want to protect what you're putting your money out to. If you don't care, obviously pay cash to whoever you want. But
yeah,
when it comes to,
it usually comes back and bites you in the butt. I found that too. I've tried to get cheap on stuff, or me doing stuff, and it comes back, it bites me in the butt a lot of times.
Before I knew these guys, we had our pool resurfaced.
Yeah.
Man, I looked at everything. I was like, this is insane. Like, who's paying this, right?
Yeah.
Like, me just being cheap. Hired a guy, got him out there. He cut all my tile out, and I haven't seen him since. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, that was
that's why
$2,500 deposit for somebody to demo my stuff and leave. So I was like, all right, I got nothing to hold them to. So having somebody that's got a license that you can actually say, hey, what happened? Mm-hmm. And they actually show up makes a huge difference.
Yes. No, it definitely does.
We have some comments. So from Lindsay Williams, she says, hi, Adam, Tanner, and Brooke.
Hey, Lindsay, how you doing?
And then from Stephanie Maria, she said, Adam is a great guy, immersing himself in the community, which I love.
Stephanie's awesome.
Stephanie, she's around everywhere.
She's amazing.
You know what I mean?
Like, I sit on the charity board with her, and I've gone to a couple events. The respect and love that she has in this community is insane. Mm-hmm. She can bring.
She literally should just be a full-time party planner.
That's what I'm telling
she's like
you,
dialed in. She gets people like lined up and going.
She gets you hyped up for whatever it is. Like, you could be going to the store to buy a soda.
Yeah.
And she's right there with you to support you. Like, she's amazing.
And then let's see, we have one more from Jen Verge. You're doing great, Adam.
Thanks, Verge. I texted her this morning that I was nervous.
No, don't be nervous.
The first podcast with her, man, I was sweating like crazy.
Now, I'd be sweating with Jen. You know what I mean? She's, she's on it.
I appreciate that, Jen.
How you doing, Jen?
I want to. So you obviously give back to the community a lot. Mm-hmm. You have your Easter event coming up.
Yeah.
I think it's April 4th for the kids.
Yep.
So talk a little bit about that and what it means to you to give back to the community.
So like I've always liked cars. Like, I've always had a soft spot for older cars growing up. Working on with my dad and everything. So as I got older, I don't drive a brand new truck. I drive a 10-year-old truck, 300,000 miles on it. Brand new truck means nothing to me.
Yeah. I like the older
My
trucks too.
38 truck is awesome. My
Yeah.
57 truck is awesome. So my mindset was my nephews, my nieces, they all love them. They think they're great. So like just to be around them, just to take pictures, it warms my heart. So whenever we did the pumpkin event and seeing everybody show up and be all happy, like really like it hit hard. Like I loved it. So I want to keep doing things like that. This past weekend, I took one of my old vets and I put the new company logo on the side of it, title, whatever it was, like 300 or 400 of the company balloons to it.
I saw you. Weren't you cleaning the vet or something?
It was cool, man. Like people showed up. Like I had a bunch of friends of mine post a picture because they recognized the name. And somebody I went to high school with reach out to me because she was like, I know that name. And then she saw the post. I was like, it was cool. And then the owners of Bourbon on Main, like they're so nice. Like they support everything that we try to do. They're always there to like to help or to give out gift cards, anything that we want. So they've been really cool letting us use their parking lot for their little events. So
did they kind of reserve that parking spot for you?
I was
That's
surprised.
nice.
Like I expected to show up and be.
I'm sure it's probably pretty. The spots probably get taken up pretty quick.
Yeah, I was expecting to show up and there'd be okay. We got to set up around the car or something. The first time I showed up and they had the parking lot all taped off, I was like, wow, like that's cool. Like I'm gonna have people that like support my idea. Like that's super cool. So they did the same thing for this last weekend. They had everything planned out. Even asked, hey, would you want to be here or here, and let me set up. So it was super cool. I reached out about this the Easter event. I've got a 72 Beetle convertible, yellow, black, like super cute.
Yeah.
So
perfect for Easter.
Yeah, like our house, we've got a lot of like house plants. So like I'm very big on having flowers in the house, having cute things around the house. So we thought about parking the Beetle out there, getting a bunch of spring flowers, put the AstroTurf back down, and just setting up like a cute little thing for people to take pictures. And then it spiraled into us ordering a couple hundred baskets. We've got a couple thousand eggs that we ordered pre-fab. Like all the kids are going to be able to show up, grab a basket, grab like 5 or 6 eggs to fill, small baskets, but fill their baskets. Just have like a fun little event. You show up, it doesn't cost them anything. Get some cute pictures for the family. Have the kids be able to have something to do on a Saturday, and it costs nothing. Like the car's already there. The flowers, it's nothing to put on an event like this. And what we get out of it, just sitting there seeing everybody happy, which is awesome.
That's honestly what it's about. And I kind of want to talk to everybody just for a second. We actually shot a video with Trade Up on this. There's so many people, especially in our industry, and I'm sure your industry as well, these private equity groups that are coming in and buying these mom and pop shops, using their name to try to siphon money out of people in our community. I'm kind of passionate about this. But you know what I mean? I could promise you with those almost 100% certainty, those aren't the people that you're going to see. Like my son plays flag football and we're talking about the car show, shout out to Austin with Briquette, but he's always everywhere as well. His name, his company is on every one of, or both of my kids' jerseys. Those are the people that spend money with and care about our community, trying to do the right stuff. These private equity groups that are coming in and buying, virtually every single larger plumbing and HVAC company, even smaller guys and electrical, which you'd be shocked to know, there's only 2 large plumbing companies that aren't, owned by private equity or public or whatnot. So that money goes back to New York or wherever, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, it is so refreshing to see a local company, and we try to do the same thing, pour money back into the community, because that's honestly what matters. And hopefully more and more with education through our customers and through stuff like this, that, consumers are going to see that and go like, these people actually care. They care about our community. They care about, our employees, our team members, helping them succeed. They're not just another number, and hopefully, that buy local thing kind of further and further advances, you know what I mean? Because it's getting worse and worse in our industry.
Right. No, I agree. Like that's one of the things that Tanner, I love about you. I love about your dad. Like the amount that you guys have put back in is insane. You guys constantly show up, you show out, you make sure that there's a place for everybody. We're all feeling welcome here.
Yeah.
Like, even this podcast, man, it's awesome
Yeah.
stuff. We appreciate you on that. But it's always I was raised with the mindset of money's cool.
Yeah.
Money's awesome. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah.
buy all sorts of cool things with money.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't have like a community or somewhere that you are wanted or you feel in with, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So like,
It's not going to fill your cup up.
no,
You know what I mean?
we're gonna continue to do this stuff. We're already talking about next year.
Mhm.
We did 700 pumpkins, almost 700 pumpkins this past
Mhm.
year. We've got 4 or 5 other companies that are talking about buying more,
Yeah.
going bigger, and it's like
Mhm.
I had.
I got my international scout. Maybe I'll bring that up
Come
there.
on,
Yeah.
man, come on.
That'd be cool.
That thing's gorgeous. But it's like just those little things that, like, my nephew was out with me this weekend.
Mhm.
He showed up. He helped me fill up all those balloons, which
Yeah.
that was not fun.
No, that can't be
Fingers
fun.
were hurting. Like, it was exhausting. But I expected him to leave as soon as we were done at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I expected him to take off. He stayed down there all day, just drooling over these cars and everything.
Mhm.
Just what he loves. It's his passion. So to me,
What a core memory he's going to have for the rest
and
of
it's
his
like
life.
he was there. He took pictures of the car, which of course has got his last name on it too,
Yeah,
so he's happy.
yeah.
But it was just a cool event. It's like anytime that you can do that you can show a kid something cool. Let
Mhm.
them come up, hang out about it, see something that they like, ooh and ah over, like we did as kids.
Mhm.
Like, it's just a cool feeling.
Yeah. They'll never forget that.
No.
And honestly, that's all that matters. Like you talked about, the money's cool and all, and you need that to be able to grow and, create advancement for your people on your team and stuff like that. But if that's not your number one focus, that is just a byproduct of everything else you do. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
It's the people that focus on that solely. Those are usually the people that aren't successful, and they're not going to be here 50 years. You know what I mean?
I've had people ask me about like collaborating on the
Mhm.
Halloween and everything
Yeah.
else, and asked if I cared, if I just wanted it to be me. I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't care at all.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for me.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for the kids. Like,
Yeah.
if I can throw up $1,000 worth of pumpkins and it gets us this far,
Yeah.
and you throw up 1,000, and you throw up
Mhm.
1,000, we get so much further.
Yeah.
So why would I want to like be selfish and hold back?
Yeah.
Like, let's make it a whole community event. Let's all chip in. Let's all throw
Mhm.
down and like be able to spread our love and our care for everybody so much
Yeah.
further.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
We have a lot of comments here. Okay, so
Ready
Greg
for a ring.
said,
Amen.
"Aw, adorable Adam," and then he also said Crego is about to make a splash. And then he also said, "Tanner, you are the real deal and haven't sold out. Your name is everything," and I can't see it because it's not scroll down. Thank you, and always will be. Dan Flowers has a question.
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you soffits and gutters when the screens are being done?"
So soffits and gutters, a lot of the times when we are replacing the screen, we're attached to what's called a super gutter or a structural gutter. It's not your flimsy seamless. It's a thick piece of metal that holds up the side of the cage. Most of those we usually have them upgrade,
Yeah.
because if we're replacing the screen and it was a 5-inch gutter, it doesn't really support the amount of water that flows, but that's all they had back then.
Yeah.
So now they have 7-inch, 9-inch, 10-inch
Yeah.
super gutters. So like, we always recommend upgrading to a 7-inch.
Mhm.
It's exhausting for us because it's more work. And
Yeah.
it doesn't just plug and play. We
Yeah.
have to support the whole cage, trim everything back, put it back in. But it's one of those things, we're doing this to last.
Yeah.
I don't want to replace all of this and make it all fine and dandy, and then every time it rains, water still overflows. I do this. So like, we throw it out there essentially at our cost, covers our labor and our material.
Because you just want a better.
We just want to work.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, you can have something that's been overflowing for 20 years. Second I replace the screen, it's my fault that's overflowing.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
so we're very big on, if we look at something and we're like, hey, this isn't right for this area. This is how much rainfall you constantly have. This is this. I can see the staining on the concrete where it's dripping down. It's clearly not running out. We always try to upgrade on that. Any soffit, where we had a roof swap out that we did the other day, and there was just so much caulk on the soffit and the fascia and everything that we just replaced it, because it was easier than the headache of trying to clean this up, and then you got something that just doesn't look good. So we replaced it. We do seamless gutters. We do soffit work as well. So Dan, if you need any work,
Yeah. Dan's the man, by the way.
Dan's
A
the man,
plus.
like,
He is.
we had a lot of fun at Halloween.
Yeah.
He had a cool setup over there.
Oh, he really did. Yeah.
It was awesome. He put in some work. He was I'm up early, man. 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm up. I'm
Mhm.
out the door already. But Dan was the only one when I showed up. He was already there.
Yeah.
It looked like he'd been there since the night before. And I'm like, you sleep? And he's like, too much stuff to do. And I'm like, love it. So he's a great guy.
I will say, and before we keep going on these, just a little shout out to you and Dan. Like, if I'm starting a new company, I'm following both your guys' companies and I'm following exactly what you do as far as marketing goes and following through and being there for people. And that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
Because you guys are doing it the right way. Some people will complain why their business isn't doing well, but they're not out there and not in the community and not double checking to make sure everything's right with the customer, not following through with estimates, or you know what I mean? Again, more focused on the dollar versus the experience and the person. So guys, if you're a newer company or you want to start a company, like, follow these guys because they have the blueprint. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're a big believer in, we don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
If you've got a method that works, I'm going to hang out with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch your method because like it works. I've never been big on, I don't walk in a room. I'm not the loudest one.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people that met me, I come in, I'm quiet, and I will pay attention to everybody that's in that room because there's so much knowledge, whether you made it or not.
Yeah.
You can teach me how you messed up.
Yeah.
And that'll keep me from messing up.
Yeah.
My older brother, they got beat all the time. I never did.
Yeah.
They always blamed it like, oh man, Dad was meaner to us. No, he wasn't. I was smarter than you.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys
I
got
didn't put myself in those positions.
Yeah,
I saw what happened to
my
you, and I
room.
wasn't going to do that.
So, if we see somebody that's doing well, like my biggest thing is like, how? What are you doing? And it's like, okay, showing up, doing quality work, being there when you say you're going to be there, giving back when you say you're going to give back, like watching you over the past years doing all this. It's like, it inspires us. So we want to do the same thing. We want to get that, not credibility, but that same feeling downtown that we're not here to make a bunch of money and leave.
Yeah.
We're going to be here for 20 some years.
Yeah.
We're going to be here till we're tired and our backs are gone out.
Yeah.
We can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But that's what we want. We want to be part of downtown Newport Richey. We want to be part of Pasco County. We want to be something that people are, when you see our trucks out there, you're proud that we're there. You're not going, are they going to overcharge me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's,
I always tell my guys, like, I want to be the guy. I go to the movie theater, like, Tanner, I had some of your guys out there. They did a great job. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I don't care. That makes my year. You know what I mean? I get so like proud and happy. You know what I mean? When somebody just says, we could have lost money in that job. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? As long as they're like, dang, you did a good job.
Great.
That's all I care about, you know?
Yeah. We had a job that my guys, they messed up the cut.
Yeah.
And it happened. And
it happens all the time.
Brand new house.
Yeah.
Brand new house. They messed up the siding on it. So she calls me up. She's like, hey, and like, send me the picture. I said, we're going to replace that siding.
Yeah.
And my guy's like, oh, but we can fill it. No. Like, I'm not doing that. We pulled every piece off and we replaced that whole side of the house.
Yeah.
Because if I had a brand new house and you messed it up, I'm going to be upset. Yeah. And I don't want anybody to be upset with us. Like, I'm not in it to make the money and profit. Like, I want to make sure that our name stands with us. So if my guys ever mess anything up, I'm very big on call me. We'll make it right. We'll fix it. It's obviously not your fault. It's ours.
Yeah.
So
even if it's a miscommunication on their end too, it's easier. I'm sure you've seen it. It's easier just to I want you to be happy in the end because that's all that matters. You know,
we had a property that was screen doors, and we were just rescreening like the 2 panels that she had out there. My guys send me pictures, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like, they got all this stuff out there, and they're like, "Yeah, the doors were sticking on her sliders, not the screens. Like, we're just out there to replace the screens." Like, yeah, but we got to do this. They cleaned the sliding glass windows, vacuumed all the tracks, re-greased them. Like, oh, they're older people. Like, they're too hard to open. I was like, those are the guys that I'm proud of.
Yes.
The ones that go above and beyond, that see somebody that needs help. It's like, just do it. You're already there. The truck's already there. The tools are already there. It's going to take no extra time. So, like, I'm very proud of my guys. They they work very hard for me. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Okay, so let's see. We have Integrity Racing. Fun fact, Adam is in the same elite club as RJ Kielty Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electric Inc. He also sponsors the Integrity Racing Junior Corvette Roadster in Sedona. We're grateful for you both.
First off, we had Sedona here, and she is awesome. She is. She's not afraid of anything. She'll
Not at all.
talk. Like, she was like less nervous than me, probably. Like, she's awesome, you know. So, Dad, you're doing a good job.
We went to a little meet and greet with
Yeah.
Lisa Monaco.
Yeah.
It was a little pizza event, and we were there. And
Yeah.
I met Sedona, and I mean, she stood up and talked better than everybody else. And I'm like, how old is she?
Yeah.
Like, just complete confidence. Like, I need to channel that.
Yeah, exactly. She's really, really smart too, and she's
Really
like
smart. Like,
really good at softball and all kind. You know, I mean, she's a really, really
They
good
had
kid.
their,
So I'd support that.
yeah,
You know?
they had her car down there this
Yeah.
past weekend.
Yeah.
I walked by. I was like, God, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
I would have loved
It
that
is
as a child.
awesome.
This is so cool.
Let's see. Regan said, micro events. You don't need an organization. You need real people doing great things. Lots to come for Crego and friends.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Dan said he does need work from you, I think.
I'll give you a call after this.
And then Hannah Mae said, Adam, the community man.
Hannah is beyond awesome. So,
Mhm.
Hannah's my partner at home.
Yeah.
She, the reason I'm here,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? She pushes
have to
me
have somebody
harder
like
than
that.
anybody else. I'll give her
Yeah.
that. Pain in the ass.
Mhm.
But no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love her to death.
We all
Love
are.
her to death.
Sorry, bro.
She's awesome. Keeps me alive.
I only got a couple more things, and we're kind of, but marketing. You do a awesome job marketing, and I know you're like me. You try to take everything in, like you say. I'm the same kind of person. I go in a room and I'm very observant. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna take a lot of what people say to heart. So, and I know you work with Trade Up. We work with Trade Up as well. How has marketing changed your business?
It's definitely important.
Mhm.
You know,
Yes.
you don't realize it. You know, but before I didn't need to be in the public eye. I
Yeah.
didn't need to. It wasn't the average Joe that I was getting my work for.
Yeah.
I got my work from a large corporation, and it was
It was
very-
B2B.
yeah, and it was very steady.
Yeah.
And it was, hey, I need you to go do this here. I would go do it. I'd send them a bill, and they paid me. And it was great.
A little bit
So,
easier.
Yeah, a little bit easier, but like you said, it's not fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know, like you
It's not.
do the job's done, you get paid, you go home.
Yeah.
Do the job. Like it was so repetitive, and I did that for years, and I just wanted something more.
Mhm.
So like when I got into this, and I think I met Trade Up the first day I finally got to sit down and
Yeah.
talk to you, and I just told him what I wanted to do, where I was at, and we got to talking and everything. I started off with like being in the hub, you know, the hub pro, and meeting everybody in there, and Reagan just gave me a couple advice. You know, hey,
Yeah.
start with this, and see what you think, whatever. So I did a couple things, and I got attention for it.
Mhm.
And it wasn't like not attention towards me, like attention
Yeah.
towards the business.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like we had somebody that called us up, and this was when we were talking about doing the pumpkin thing. And I pitched the idea to
Mhm.
him, and he showed me how to present everything. And we had a lady that literally we were like $200 more than the other quote, and she went with us because she went online and saw the pumpkin and thought that was awesome and adorable.
Mhm.
We gave her a $200 discount to match
Yeah,
that price.
yeah.
She went out there and did it. But it was
Yeah.
so cool to me that's like, you guys chose to spend more money because you knew it was going back into the community.
Mhm.
I was like, that's wild.
Mhm.
Like, that's cool. Like, that was awesome. So me, Reg, and Jordan, we talk almost every day.
Mhm.
And it's advice on, hey, do this, do that, do this. You know, they're collaborating with me on this Easter thing.
Yeah.
You know, they're throwing up money to
Well,
help.
you
buy
actually
things and everything
execute
else.
too. There's a lot of people who talk.
That's
Yeah.
that's one of the big things. If I say something, I want to do it. I want to do it now.
Yeah.
I'm impatient, and I struggle. Like even launching this new company,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the license, the
Mhm.
last license to get tied to it, and I'm so excited. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to tell everybody. I want to be on billboards. I want to do all this. And Reagan's like pulling me back. He's like, hey man, relax, like you're almost there.
Yeah.
Wait for this, because like you don't want to announce it and not have everything. Like, yeah, I know.
Because
But
you get one shot with a customer, you know what I
one
mean?
shot,
Or
so-
really a community. Because if you do, you know, if you don't do what you say you're going to do in a community, everybody talks.
Yep. So like we always I've always been that guy. Like if I tell you I'm going to be there at 4:00 in the morning, I'm
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go down. When I went down to Miami with Trade Up last week.
Yeah.
And we were just talking the day before, and Reagan's like, "Yeah, I'm leaving my house at 3:30." I was like, "Cool, I'll drive with you."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come on." I was at his door at 3:25 with
Mhm.
coffee, and he came out. Cool. Rode down there and introduced me to a bunch of cool people, a bunch of
What sucks was my plane's down right now. It's getting paint job, but I was supposed to fly with Reagan and that.
that would have been cool. That would have been cool. But like they've helped me not only market my business, market myself, but also how to get my message across.
Yeah.
You know, like you can have all these ideas and all these thoughts, but if you don't know how to implement them, you don't know how to post about it or to show it, like it'll hold you back.
Yeah.
You know, how many people do you know that like, oh man, I really want to do this, but they don't do it?
Yeah.
So for us, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I might not know how to,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna find somebody that's gonna help me do it. So Trade Up helped me with a lot of my marketing, a lot of my advertisement, a lot of like making our website more functional.
Mm-hmm.
And it's making it. I hate to use the word like sell. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell something.
Yeah.
But it makes our sales easier because the customer feels comfortable.
Yeah.
They see what we're doing. They see that we're going to be here tomorrow. We're not just, hey, take your check and leave.
Mm-hmm.
So that community reputation has helped, and they've been.
And honestly,
part of
in your business, I don't know anybody who really hardly markets at all, let alone, you know.
It's hard, and there's a lot of unlicensed
Yes, there is.
screen business.
Yeah.
And, it's the state changed it up last year in July that like you need a license for a lot of stuff that we're doing.
Mhm.
Before it was only if you were building a new cage, you
Yeah.
need to have a license, or if you need to pull a permit. Now they had so many companies that went out to go rescreen, and they removed your hurricane straps because you got to pull them off when you rescreen.
Yeah.
You also got to put them back.
Yeah.
So they
There's a
weren't
reason
putting them
for
back.
it.
They were just
Yeah.
taking them off and rescreening it. Cages come through with 60, 70 mile an hour winds. And they all look like this now. And it's just a lot of people that don't know what they're doing out there.
Mhm.
And again, if you're looking for value, you know, value doesn't mean cheap.
No.
Value means getting your money worth of it. So
Yeah.
like hire a company that's licensed, or somebody that you trust that knows what they're doing. And like that's what we're trying to build. We're trying to build that trust in the community. If we don't know it, we've got somebody that does. You know what I mean? If we
We'll
don't
figure it out.
we
Yeah.
don't do the plumbing side, we don't do this, we refer it
Mhm.
back to you.
Mhm.
If we don't do pest control, we refer it back to Dan.
Yeah.
You know, like
Because we know that.
I know Dan's going to show up.
Yes.
You know, so it's important to me to surround yourself also with the people that have the same mindset of you, the
Mhm.
ones that are not going to say, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, and don't show up.
Yeah.
And now who they call? They're not calling them, they're
Yeah.
calling you,
Mhm.
because you're the one that referred them.
Mhm.
So
It makes you look bad.
it makes you
know?
look bad. So like we're very big on find a good team, find good people that you can trust and be a part of, and the ones that we've noticed that are good are the ones that showed up. Reagan showed up Saturday, Sunday morning, to see if I needed help with the balloons.
Yeah.
It was a little late, but you know what I mean. But he showed up. He showed up. So,
Yeah, he wanted to go work out at 9 a.m. or
Yeah.
something, you know.
but he showed up on his time, took a bunch of pictures, like made a couple cool pictures for online. It was
Mhm.
like, and I got a lot of attention for it. Like, you know, it was
Mhm.
funny. So like having people that are in your corner that also support you and want to see you do good, that's huge too, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something, especially when you're first starting out, you know, doing something like marketing, you know what I mean? You better have good people who know what you can do. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of, you know,
Spinning
good money
tires
after
and-
bad, you know?
Yeah.
That's a big thing that I see a lot of people do, and they don't track it and everything else. So, like, you can erode any money that you could potentially make pretty quick or to be able to get back to the community.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get with the right people that have the right knowledge, surround yourself with good people, and the rest will figure it out
Yes, sir.
and execute. I don't want to pump up, Brooke too much, but that's what I love about her. Like, me and her, we have our weekly discussion, and we talk about stuff.
Yeah.
She goes, or, we go over basically what we talked about last week. we have it all sitting down in a notebook. We record it. You know, we use Otter AI in our meetings. We record it. We go over action items, and she gets it done. You know what I mean? Like that to me is like means everything. You know,
Yeah,
because a lot of people talk about stuff, and then years go by. Oh, I wish I would have done that. No, like let's get it done. Let's create something that we're proud of together. You know what I mean? And thank you for that.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, Brooke's been killing it, man. Like
Yeah.
I see her all over the place, all online.
Mhm.
I think I got like 7 or 8 notifications for this.
Yeah.
And like she just said, "Hey, like you didn't do this yet."
Yeah.
Like followed up.
Yeah.
That's great. I slack so much. I fall behind on things,
Yeah.
and I'm so worried about this or this, and I'm like, "Oh man, I didn't write her back. I'll write her back in a minute." And I did it, and like the fact that you showed up, like, "Hey, I need this." sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, you're good.
But,
You're
yeah.
good. I know you would fall through, but you know,
she's on it. Though,
She's the
man.
nicest person, but also like you have to, you know,
yeah,
Straight
that's tough with
forward.
me too because I'm, you know, pretty nice person, but like when you got to get stuff done, you got to get it done. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So,
So like it's good to have somebody in your corner too.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank
Well, and
you.
it's nice too. We go to the hub meetings and I get advice too, because you know I'm also new in my career, so
Mhm.
hearing from business owners that have that perspective, that I can kind of see what you're doing, and it's so like marketing. Everything is so fast nowadays.
It's-
Things are
Oh, it used to
constantly
be.
changing.
I'll tell my dad, I'm like, oh, you had it so easy. We were in the yellow pages.
Yeah.
Number one, the yellow
Yeah.
pages once a year. You know,
There's one
maybe
picture out, boom,
maybe
you
a
got
couple
company.
billboards, and like, oh, I'm done marketing for the day. You know what I mean? And now it's, you know,
Like
it's a lot of work.
our
You know.
phones slow down. Like we track all of our calls. We ask everybody where it came from. It's our
Mhm.
landing pages, Facebook. Our phone calls literally slow down if I don't post gym pictures.
Yeah.
And it's like that's insane to me. But it's like, oh, because that leads to here, that boosts this, brings us over here. And it's like
Mhm.
these little things that would have had nothing to do with business 10 years ago
Yeah.
drive your business down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're talking a
Wow.
lot about YouTube Shorts and how Gemini is going to be pulling information from that. So we're doing a really good job uploading everything YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Which
But then
we have Jesse here, who's the AI
Yeah,
master, the Wizard of Pods, we call him, but even more than that, he's the AI master and everything he does, JLG and his company, and it's what matters. You know what I mean? You have to be a first mover on these things, because return just diminishes once everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
So like you've
yeah,
got to
well, then
be
you're a follower.
yeah, exactly.
But-
Well, then the companies figure out, like I used to do AdWords, and no joke, I was the first plumber in probably Florida for sure. No joke, I was like paying pennies, you know what I mean? And like I had to shut it off because we we're just too busy, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And then now it's, you know, for somebody to call and get a actual lead coming in where you're going out to the house, it could be up to $300 in our industry.
Yep. And
you
you gotta
you
sell it
can't
still.
pass exactly, and you can't pass that down to the customer, so you have to be very innovative. You cannot do what everybody else is doing because it's already too late. You know, you have to stay on top of it. You've got to research the new stuff coming out. You've got to leverage AI. You've got to be very efficient, you know. So it's easy, and now there's companies out there that pay the big money and they just pass it down to their customers, and that's their business plan. It is what it is. You know, I understand that, you know, but I think you could do it a lot more efficiently and give
Yeah.
a just as good, not better service to the customer at a reasonable price. So
Agreed.
We have a couple more comments.
good.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Tanner Kielty, from Integrity Racing, Integrity Tire and Automotive of Golden Acres.
Oh, Walt's the man too. How you
All
doing,
comments.
Walt?
Cool. Thank you, Walt.
And then Kitty Up Ranch. So Tammy said, "So happy you had him. We need some of these services."
I don't know if you know Tammy, which we're doing. I guess you could
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that, Brooke. real quick.
So we're gonna have our annual autism awareness event at Kitty Up Ranch, which supports them on April 11th. It's from noon to 3. And Tammy and the whole Kitty Up Ranch, they're amazing. So it's a great event. So come out, participate. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, a little story about Tammy, and I've said this a bunch of times, even on the podcast, but she had came in, this is probably, I don't know, 12 years ago now, to her old shop off 52. She just had this vision, you know, through God or whatever, that she wanted to help people, you know, wheelchairs, disabilities, and then autism. or autistic. And she came in, and even back then we always like to do a lot of stuff with the community. My husband was really good with that. So she came in, and she's like, "Oh, I'm having this event or whatever." I've never heard from her or whatever, but I could just feel that she was a good person. So I'm like, "Oh, we're like way over budget this year, but let me give you, I got $20 in my pocket." I gave her 20 or $25 or whatever I had in my pocket. And she was just the most grateful, happiest person, gave me a big hug, said thank you. You know what I mean? Like, insane. Now, like, and there's a lot of really, really good charities out there. Debbie with Marjorie's Hope, there's a bunch of really Hope Shot that are appreciative, you know what I mean? But like now, like, unless you want to give them like a $2,000 donation, like they don't even at that, like she was so wholesome and thankful. And then we went out there and talked to her and then some of the people at the ranch and everything, what they're doing. And she just does everything out of the kindness of her heart, literally works herself to death, her and Doug and all of her people there. It was just like a calling to me to help her. And she just does amazing work for her community, and everything she does is for her community. They don't make money off this, so
Yeah, that's
it's
something
awesome.
that like I've noticed over the years, and like I hope people kind of rethink their mindset on that. Like it doesn't take $1,000 donation to make a difference.
Yes.
If everybody throws up
That's
a
right.
dollar in Newport
Yeah.
Richie, that's a couple $100,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if we all make that $1, like you can make a lot more.
Mhm.
Like I think people are afraid that their $1, $2, $3 donation won't make a difference. And
Yeah.
it really will.
Yeah.
So like hearing that they're grateful for every dollar, like that's
Mhm.
huge, man. Like that's awesome.
Yeah. Just good, wholesome people, just good people. So
Mhm. For sure. And then Regan said, "I can't tell you how much I love Tanner Kielty and Adam Crego. Thank
We
you
already heard it, Reagan.
For
Just
both
look
of
at my
you.
biceps.
for always being there. May God bless all of you in abundance. Brooke, you are awesome too. Together we win." Thanks, Regan.
Thank you, Reagan. He's always been there for me.
Yep.
Whether people don't like him or not, he's always steps up for me.
That's-
So
Yeah.
And then let's see. Dan Flower said April 11th.
Oh, Tyler, TK
Oh,
Marketing
Tyler. There we
LLC. I've known Tyler since he was like a little kid. He's part of the his last name is Walsingham, but he's part of, his family's part of the Deebs and part of the Boyces, who are really like the kind of pillars. And actually, I talked to Alex while we're talking now. Alex Deeb's going to be on the podcast at some point. He said
Cool.
he's definitely down.
That's
So,
cool.
really, really good people, really good family. So,
Yeah, those are all of our comments we got. We got a lot today, which is
all right. Last
awesome.
question.
You're welcome.
Yep. Last question. 5 years from now, where are you going to be?
I'm still gonna be here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm still gonna be definitely a big part of Pasco.
Mhm.
My goal in the next 5 years is to have the remodeling, to have the roofing, to have the windows and doors, to have everything
Mhm.
up and going and running smoothly, to where I can donate my time fully towards doing community involvements,
Mhm.
doing the charity work, doing all these things that like I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
But it takes a system in place to be able to do that.
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I have the next 10 years already like
Mhm.
figured out and planned
Mhm.
out. So hopefully if everything goes as planned, I think it will.
Mhm.
I'm hoping to just be one of those pillars.
Yeah.
Somebody
That's
here
awesome.
that people look up to, that like if there's an issue, they're gonna call me. If they need
Mhm.
help with something, they're gonna call me. If I want to be the one sponsoring and holding
Yeah.
these little festivals and everything, like I want to try to make that big of an impact.
Yeah.
So
You're going to do it. I could feel it. So
Appreciate
I'm not just saying that, you have the
Appreciate
drive
that.
and you execute, and you listen to people when they talk, and you take their advice and go, instead of, just talking about it. So you actually execute. So
I appreciate that, Terry. Thanks.
yeah, appreciate you guys. We will
Yep.
see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Ken Winters just said, "Let's go, Crego."
Oh, Ken's the man too. How you doing, Ken? He killed it on my brother's entertainment center.
He came out. We
K2.
were shooting the guns the
Oh,
other
I
day.
seen that. Yeah.
He made so many cool videos for me.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you, because I'm horrible at it.
Yeah, I know. Me
He's
too.
like, check this out. He's a great guy.
He is. See you guys.